Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're working back on the Ford Focus estate and we're going to be installing a new AC condenser. Stay tuned. So this is a 2015 Ford Focus estate. There is an introduction video on the channel, but basically this is a new AC condenser because we believe the condenser in this car has failed. It is leaking. I took this car to be regassed. Basically, I knew the AC wasn't working. When you hit the AC button in the car, the clutch on the AC compressor should kick in. With the car running, you can press that button and the clutch will engage on the actual pump itself, which will then start the process of creating cool air for the cabin. This car did not do that. I paid for regas, took it in. I thought it would be okay. I just thought it needed topping up. And sure enough, the guy put the connectors on. He ran some nitrogen through the system to check for leaks, and we heard a massive gushing noise come from the front. Now, I've had a quick look. All the pipes kind of come down here, and everything, really the condenser unit itself, and I think this is what you call the dryer, is all at the front, and it must be this. Unless there's an issue with one of the pipes that connect at the end there. Hopefully it's just a case of the actual unit itself being at fault. Hopefully the pipes are okay because I do not have any replacement pipes. I am going to, off camera, I'll jack this car up. There is jack points either side on the sill. Lift the front end up, put some jacks under. I will leave the wheels on because I don't think I need to remove them. In the past, on the Mini, was it the Mini Cooper? The AC condenser came out with a bumper off, or some car had to take the bumper off, and it was really easy to get to. This, I don't think that's how you access it. Possibly from the top, but you'd have to remove the headlamps and the slam panel. But I have seen some pictures, and I did watch a very brief video. It wasn't the same Focus. I think it was the early, well, it might have been a third gen, but I think it might have been like 2011. I don't know if they've changed since, but I'm going to try and tackle this from the bottom. There's a few clips. There's one here, and there's one on that side. There could be one at the top, I'm not too sure, but there's two clips. So that's how it fixes to the water radiator. There should be some sort of support at the bottom to support the radiator. I'm guessing if we can just remove that, hopefully we get access to the AC condenser, but I guess time will tell. So the next step is to get the car up in the air and bring you guys back. We'll have to remove a bunch of under trays and yeah, see what happens. So the car is off the ground, nothing crazy, because I think we may need to get access in the bonnet area quite a lot. So I didn't want to make the car stupid high to the point where I can't reach deep, because you gotta, like, if you can imagine, you gotta bend over the bonnet and down, so you know you need to be able to reach the bottom. So that should be enough room to get the condenser unit out. Let's just pop the bonnet. Pretty warm today, so this isn't helping. It's pretty toasty. I just drove this here. It's giving off a lot of heat, so I have to wait for this to cool down a bit before I put my hands inside. We're also missing the cap, which I've just noticed. Unless it doesn't have a cap. Is that the cap? Surely not. Surely there must be a blue cap that goes over that. Right, so AC lines. We have one here, which is a larger one that goes down to the bottom, and then this one here is in the top. There's a fitting there, but that doesn't match the radiator, so that must be attached to something else. Hopefully that pipe's okay, because I don't have that. So what we do, because obviously I've not done this before, I'm not a professional by any means, I'm just trying to save a bit of money basically. So the radiator is here, so the AC will be in front, we'll start at the bottom, see what we have access to, but we're going to have to remove probably this sound panel cover or the headlamps or something. But yeah, let's start underneath. We've got some of these plastic fasteners which you just need a screwdriver for. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Probably have to remove these two as well. Two, well, them two are missing, so yeah, remove them plastic fasteners, and this tray that will be detached. I think we'll have to remove these rusty, they're Torx, like Torx bolts. I have to remove 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and this should come out. So I have removed the full under tray. That was quite alarming. I thought maybe the seal had gone, but it turns out, because I didn't actually know this, but the oil filter is just up there. So I've had some messy oil changes in the past, so that is okay. AC condenser is here, this bit here. And there's your radiator. We're going to have to remove this brace. This is holding the AC and the water radiator. If we remove that, this is probably just clipped in. There will be some electrical connections that will need to be disconnected. And up here, I can see a couple. We'll remove this connector, that connector, and then remove these bolts. Don't know if you can even see. Remove them bolts at the top. I have noticed there's a clip here. So I think once this is loose, you can probably just pry that up, and the same on the other side. There might be some on the top. Okay, alright, so the slide off. Okay, I didn't notice that. Alright, and then okay, so let's try and remove these two 10mm. Are there? Could be 11. Oh, they're just rusty. They're just rusty. Oh my god. Oh, they're in there pretty tight. Can you hear the rain? Oh, it's lovely. It's been so hot these last few days. Oh, the rain stopped. There we go. Alright, so no locking compound or anything, this is rust. I'll clean them up and put some anti-seize on them. So on this side, only two, oh no, here there's 2 bolts. There's one at the back. There's a random hole there. Well, there's a bolt missing, but there's this one and this one. Right, this will probably drop a little bit, but the hoses should hold it in place, hopefully. There we go. We have lots of movement now, so I need to, what is that? There's a wasp. I need to get all this plastic stuff down and out. I can see it's attached there. So if I just push that up, there's two. So this one pushes back. And this one pulls out. I think no, both push back. I feel like there's a clip on the top maybe. Look at all the rubbish in there. So yeah, there must be a clip on the top. This one looks loose. You can see this is on the right hand side. There's a clip here. I push that in. Ah, right. I push that in, that slides up. So that's out. And the clip on that side's out. So I think we'll go up top. I'm guessing we have to remove the headlamp. So only two T30s. Ah, there. I can see the clip here. So I think if we just lift that up, it might actually just come away. Okay, so I didn't remove that clip at the top. I couldn't, it wouldn't come off. But I basically just pushed this further up and it fully came out. And to be honest, it's peeled it back. So I think that might be enough. That actually might be enough room. So we need to remove that fixing at the end, and there's one at the top. I don't know how we'll get access to that one, but the AC radiator is hooked in here, so there will be one on that side as well. Let's get that nut removed and see where that leaves us. A bit of WD. Is that a 13 or a 14? It is a 13. Imagine this snapping. Oh. Yeah, there's a clip here as well, so in theory if I can get that pipe off at the top, this will probably just slide up. Oh. I think that was already broke. See all this corrosion? All this here? I think this is where the leak was. He did say it was at the bottom, so I was assuming it was one of these fins, but the AC radiator actually looks perfectly fine. Oh. I think this pipe is the fault. That's definitely not great. Okay, so it is the next day. I actually did remove this pipe. Basically, this was kind of sat in here like so. It's this pipe here came off, no issues, straight away, not a single problem. The pipe at the bottom, which is on the actual condenser, that is still attached. It is almost welded, so I think the issue all along was possibly this had got a split, because you can see this is the fresh brake. This is where I bent it back a few times and snapped it off. But this side here, if I'll pick it up on camera, it's all corroded and it's a darker shade, darker colour. So I think water may have got in at this point. It's probably corroded the actual fitting itself, which is this bit here, and possibly the condenser. But this is a brand new part. The part number is, well, that's the sticker. This is, the part number I gave him was that F1F119D567AB. He translated that to a Ford part number, which is one of these ones apparently, probably that 1871830. But this is the hose, and it comes with caps on, so they should be, I think the O-ring for this is in this section, and I think the O-ring for this side is attached to this, so hopefully that'll be a fresh O-ring. And this side, cap's pretty tight, but I'm pretty sure it's a fresh O-ring. We'll install that later on. For the time being, I need to get this AC condenser unit out of the car. Now, I did look online, I did watch a video, but even though it was a Ford Focus, I think it was a 2015, the same age, it was not the estate, and this was different. So on the one I watched, both pipes went to here. On mine, one pipe goes here and the other one is behind this intercooler. It's kind of in the middle somewhere. So yeah, I don't know why it's different. You want the condenser units like this, you want to remove the top clips so it leans forward, and the bottom sections are only clipped in on a hook. So once the top is unclipped, you can bend it forward, slide it up, and then drop it out the car. But I don't seem to see anything really other than that top bit. But on this side, I can't see a thing. So this is how it sits in the car from the front, and this is the pipe, well, where it snapped off, and I have the replacement pipe that goes from this. This is the pipe further up. I have removed this, it actually came off quite easily, I'll show you that in a second. But there's a clip here which will slide in, same as this one. So something's holding this at the top. I think there's a clip over this and a clip over this, but I can't see that clip because I'm guessing that is not here. It's probably more here because the AC radiator doesn't start till about there. The AC radiator is here and this is the clip, but this clip just slides up. So directly above must be a clip, but I can't see it. But this is the hose. Basically I pushed this all forward and then once pushed forward you can get access to that top pipe. I removed the nut and now this is loose, but I can't get it off because this is in the way, so this may need to be moved. But I need to figure out where that clip is at the top, which I think I can see something black up there. And once I get that clip undone and the clip on the other side, I might be able to get this out. Ideally, I feel we probably can get away with it, but this should really be moved out the way because it's very awkward. So you're not going to be able to see in here, but that is an intercooler. That is, I believe, it's on the inlet manifold. So this turbo, I'm guessing this is some sort of intercooler for the turbo. It is here, loose. You probably can't see inside, but where my fingers are on the very top is a plastic clip. And you basically pull that clip up and push, and the whole thing just falls out. So this is it here. There's a clip at the top. You lift that clip, push, and this whole thing just drops out. So that's giving me a bit more wiggle room. This is the top of the engine, top of the radiator. So there's some foam. Pull that foam out. I'll keep that for later. Then there's this plastic trim. This is your water radiator. Then in front, it's this plastic trim. And if you just pull up on that, it's kind of clipped in. It's pretty tight, but it does come off. So I've got this side off. You can see over here. So that's off on that side. So this sits on top of the AC condenser, and I'm wondering if this is what holds it in, stops it from falling forwards. I don't see any clips. I think it is. Oh, there we go. So the clips are on the inside. So I think it just literally hooks on top of the condenser. So now we're under here. I can see there's a 10mm bolt there. Yeah, I think it's going actually in to this, so that's probably holding that on. So we'll get that removed. I got the bolt out. It was pretty heavily corroded. I managed to get some WD down the back and at the front. I think that's helped a bit, but man, that was, yep, another ingenious idea by someone at Ford to put a bolt. I mean, I guess if you pull the whole thing out, it won't be that difficult, but with this much room, it's not pleasant. This hose came off quite easily. I basically, I don't know if you can see, I've noticed this has dropped quite a bit from where it was before, and it was also sloped. So once I put a jack stand underneath, that leveled it all out, and that just came straight off. This one is still, I don't know, it's just lodged on there. It's all corroded. I might have to take the actual thread out. That nut's out. Everything's disconnected. Oh, is that both sides as well? Because there might be a nut and a bolt or something on the other side. We're back at the passenger side, and this is the clip. I think that is something on top holding it down. Oh, there we go. Movement. Oh, there we go. There is a black clip you need to push in and lift, and there's a clip under here, but it's not actually clipped or anything, it's just kind of resting on there. So once you push that clip in, you can pull the whole thing up, clear that clip, which is just there, and the condenser unit will fall out. I'm going to give this all a clean. See all this muck just falling out. So I'm going to get all this cleaned up, probably just inspect everything, make sure everything's still okay, and then bring you guys back and we'll put the new one in and put it all back together. So I have compared the condenser units and they are correct. Everything matches up, even down to the little hole. So we should be good to put this one into the car. So you need to remove these caps and insert these threads into there. I won't use any locking compound, but you need a 5mm socket. So don't forget to put these in. These need a bit of oil, and basically these don't go onto this section, these go onto the pipes themselves. I'll only need the one because I think my new hose comes with one. If I need one, I'll probably use the other one here. It's just, as you can see, just in there. It's one of the things that probably are reusable, but it's probably best to, if you do disturb them, replace them. So when I took it out, I'm going to slide it in and then clip it back. We'll put that tray across the top, the foam across the top, and basically just reverse all of what was done. And hopefully it'll go pretty smooth. So for the seal for the top hose, the hose was facing our direction. I couldn't actually see the face, so I've pulled the pipe through because it's on a flexi hose, and this is it here, just where my finger is, and I've managed to use a pick tool to remove the old one, which was this here, which is actually quite dry, so I've not bothered putting any oil on. I don't think it needs it, and replaced it. This was quite loose. The new one is a very firm fitting seal, so yeah, it's probably best to do that if you have them. So that's ready to go back on now. So the top nut is back on. This is the brand new hose, which comes with a pre-fitted seal, which is quite nice, O-ring. So we'll just slide this one on. Get the 30mm nut. And we'll just fasten this down. You want it pretty snug. It's aluminium that you're threaded into, and that's what you're pulling against. Obviously you've got a steel bolt and a steel thread, but our thread is threaded into aluminium. So for me, I use my left wrist normally because it's a bit weaker, but just nip it, and you can, I don't know, you kind of know when you're there. You kind of feel if you push a bit harder, you're gonna strip some threads. You don't want to do that. So that pipe, you can see up there, there's a clip just there that needs to go through. If I can do this at one end. Nope. But basically that needs to go in that clip, then that gets attached at the top. So the AC line is hooked up, so the AC system is completely sealed off. We don't have to worry about that anymore. The clip is back on this cover, the back of this cooler. That was not fun to do. The easiest way to do it I found was to remove the headlamp. Obviously did the other side earlier, and I was going to say you don't need to do it, but to be honest, I mean you possibly could, but without actually seeing in there to get that clip on, it's very difficult. The same on this side. There is a clip here. It actually came off when I dropped the AC condenser. It came off on the floor. That clip holds the front and rear together, and with this headlight not being there, it's much easier to put it back on, and to get this cover back on top of the AC condenser, that's easier when you've got access because it's quite a tight fit here. You have to kind of push down quite hard and you need to hold at the same time. So the next step is to offer this back up. The whole thing is now complete. This fitting needs to fit into here, and on this side, this, well, it's kind of lined up, but that needs to just go there, and then I'll push the whole lot up and then put the bolts back into the brace, and then we should be pretty much done. So that is everything on the bottom end done. I put the brackets on either side. I've connected the electrics back up and they are sorted. The under tray and everything is installed also. So the next thing is to put the lights in, reconnect the battery, and we should be good. So the car is all back together. The under trays, everything's all installed, the headlamps, the battery. So the next step will be to get this car regassed. I'm going to get out the garage, bring the Mustang back in because it's night time and I don't want to leave that car outside overnight really if I don't have to. Yeah, next time you see this car, we'll come back from the garage, hopefully returning gas. So it's been a few months. It's now October. It is Halloween in 2 days, so yeah, the weather's changed slightly. I was going to try and film the guy doing the job, but he might have been okay with it, I'm not too sure. It was a Groupon deal. I went in, obviously, as I mentioned in the video, took the car in, it had a leak, so I had to come back, so I kind of did the work twice, and he was quite busy, he looked a bit stressed, so yeah, I didn't want to mess him about really filming. This video isn't really about regassing the car, it's essentially installing the pipe and the AC condenser. But I've been using it now for 2 or 3 months and it's been great. And even in the winter, obviously this car does have heated front windscreen, but in the winter, as you'll know if you come in the car and you're you know, wet, the windows do steam up, so I do tend to have the AC on quite a lot of the time actually, when it's, especially when it's like this and I've been out to the shops. I've just been and got some baby milk, in fact actually, and some non-milk. That is why I've been so busy. So yeah, got 2 little boys now, so I've got my hands full. Yeah, but hopefully we'll get back on with these videos. I did have quite a few short ones filmed, but they're kind of incomplete, and I was gonna go back through them and do some voiceovers and stuff, and it's just too messy, and they're from like some from May, some in July, and it's just a mess. So I'm gonna kind of make this video here, and then all the videos that I haven't yet released up until this point will be just disregarded, and I'll just make fresh content. I do have a new GoPro. I did actually buy some quick jacks. I think it was this video or one of the videos I mentioned about how much easier this would be with quick jacks. So yeah, I went out and bought some. That was about 2-3 months ago. They're still in the garage boxed up. I don't know if I'll do a video on them. YouTube's quite saturated with content on quick jacks. These are the new ones, they're the taller ones for 4x4s and stuff, so maybe I will, maybe I won't. Either way, hopefully next time I work on a car, possibly this one, because this one needs the brake fluid flushing. It's about 3-year-old. I've used the little tester pen thing and it failed. It's like red or amber colour, so yeah, it needs some brake fluid flushing through the system. So that might be a video coming soon. So I think we can call this one here, guys. I'm gonna go home, got myself a drink. The F1 is on tonight, it's in Mexico, so I'll go home, chill out, watch a bit of F1, and we'll call this one here, guys. So thank you for watching. Like always, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.